The big 50-year baby ye. Are you bumping that? Small time of SOCPENS.
Super Mario in real life. Spaghetti!
44? What the fruck? Send me to the old people's home now.
Super Mario in real life. Spaghetti!
Lordy lordy my frog IT 40. Y2K. So scary. "48 eggs is a lot of eggs. You would not be able to eat this much. Or could you? Questions for the ages." Oh my god, the Y2K reset my FIWE, now it's asking for oil. What do I do? A wagga. "3 years of SOCPENS. Soon it will be. Yuck. That's scary." "14. Yay 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 yay, I love SOCPENS stream." The year 2000 is arriving. The dawn of a new millennium, the dawn of a new age of humanity, a trepidatious step into a new world of new challenges, of new conflicts, of new discoveries. To the year 2000. Planet ending forever. Yay. "18. I can smoke cigarettes."
God bless SOCPENS. God bless SOCPENS.
Remember, turn your computer off before midnight on the 31st of December 1999. "38 months. I am growing into a toddler. SOCPENS truth."
God bless SOCPENS.
Almost there everyone. My computer is going to explode at midnight tonight, oh boy.
There is a darkness in this chat tonight. SOCPENS chat, rise up. This stream is in memory of Trog. Rest in peace, Trog.
God bless SOCPENS.
God bless SOCPENS.
Sweet 16 moths. SOCPENS too fast, oh yes. Rip Trog. Thank God, I think I made it just in time. I've come back in time to 1999 to prevent precisely one thing. In 25 years I'm gonna stub my toe real bad. Please move the toolbox from the hallway before I nearly broke.
This stream is dedicated to the brave Mujahideen fighters of Afghanistan. Never stop gaming!
Who else in 1999, baby? I already missed Dog. So spin Strog of
There is a darkness in this chat tonight. This stream is dedicated to the brave Mujahideen fighters of Afghanistan. Never stop gaming! SOCPENS chat rise up. Pay you a visit.
God bless SOCPENS, the hottest streamer on Twitch.
This stream is dedicated to the brave Mujahideen fighters of Afghanistan. Never stop gaming! Or Poargu will pay you a visit.
Rise up.
God bless SOCPENS, the hottest streamer on Twitch.
So spins Poargu.
Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream on a hot Tuesday night. Welcome to a Tuesday night SOCPENS production.
God bless SOCPENS.
Make sure your Windows 95 and 98
What is this?
PCs are Y2K ready and you have plenty of canned food.
This was a SOCPENS production. This is a
30 moths. That's a lot of moths. They block out the light. I can't see the stream. Hi.
Tonight,
I love a hotted, sweated Tuesday night.
a special night. I'm live from Ibiza. Everyone, I'm streaming live from Ibiza.
There is a darkness in this chat tonight. SOCPENS chat rise up.
Welcome to my first stream from Ibiza. This is a rarity. Tonight is a rarity. The last stream was tapes of VHS viewings last Thursday. Today, we got a rare double billing. We got one tape today. This is a rare double tapes. 2 tapes in a row. Tonight, we got a special tape. This is one that I had planned for VHS viewings, but it's a bit long, so I figured I would leave it aside and give it its own dedicated night. And that night was supposed to be Sunday, but then I didn't have any power, so now it is today. Tuesday. Tuesday night tapes, baby. You're watching the hottest stream on Twitch. Got a special tape tonight. The official and real Y2K survival guide, family survival guide. It's for family. This is about an hour-long tape that is there to inform you about pretty much everything that you would need to survive the Y2K apocalypse, which is what they're calling it. This has been on my list for a while. It stars Leonard Nimoy of Star Trek fame and of I don't know what else he's been in. Lois Griffin, welcome. Thank you for the sub. Thank you, Lois Griffin.
God bless.
God bless indeed. Peter. Peter. Peter.
Supe.
Oh yeah, let's get some Family Guy impressions. All right, you know I've been waiting for this. Thank you, Tommy Tallarico, for the soup. Big shouts out. All right, more Family Guy impressions. Here's Stewie. Oh, vile woman. That's my Stewie. That's my official Stewie. Can I do a has-been hotel impression? Oh, yes, I can. My official has-been hotel impression. Here we go. Where is it? My has-been hotel impression. I gotta do something real quick. All right. My official has-been hotel impression. You are gonna hear it here first. This might be a live stream exclusive. Welcome to the house. Okay, reset. Nothing. I didn't do anything. I reset. Reset. Welcome to the Has-Been Hotel, dear travelers. You look weary. You've traveled from far away. Shall we go cryptid hunting? Ooh, I've got my sights set on let's meet up with my friend Riska Chris Cat. No notes? Okay, I was thinking of something more. Please no more has-been hotel references. Why? I mean, I'm not. It's not spoilers that the hotel manager has an intro. It's at the beginning of the episodes. Come on. Have you ever seen an episode? Watch the intro at least.
Another month, another Skibbity Biden.
Watch the intro at least, where they show all the characters and the hotel manager's like, "Welcome to the Has-Been Hotel. We have pastries of every color and taste here. Shall you stay for a while?" Like, and that's only the beginning. It gets much better after that, but that's just the intro, you know. So that's my Has Been Hotel impression. Now that that's done, I got the entire VOD demonetized on YouTube for that bit. I'm really happy about that. I'm really just so happy. You deserve. I deserve. Just wait. Everyone's like, when are you gonna do a Has Been Hotel watch along? And I'm just like, well, just wait. Things are in the works, let's just say that. Me and Amazon been talking.
Came in right when the bit ended, rip.
Me and Has Been Hotel been talking, and let's just say,
Has Been Hotel? Wretched. Foul. Never the time, never the time.
well, you know, always the time. You gotta figure your priorities out. So that's not tonight. Tonight we're not talking about Has Been Hotel. We're talking about the inspiration behind Has Been Hotel, the Y2K events of the year 2000. As a personal Y2K survivor, I've got a lot of insight on this matter. Thank you for the donation, dear viewer. Thank you, Mikey Bro.
Haven't caught a stream live in a long time, but they are always a delight. Smile, except for the Has Been Hotel thing. I'm ignoring that.
You've missed on a lot of story plot points. Let's fucking go. Bigger than 50 months. You missed a lot of plot points, and maybe you're ignoring it now, but it's all gonna come to a head, and that head's gonna pop. Let me tell you. Pop, and everything that's gonna come out is gonna be nothing but Has Been Hotel goodness. The Has Been Hotel cyst has been growing. The subcutaneous Has Been Hotel cyst has been forming, and now it's about to pop. Things are about to pop off in this stream tonight.
This stream is dedicated to the brave Mujahideen fighters of Afghanistan. Never stop gaming! Or Poargu will pay you a visit.
Tonight we're watching a VHS tape. And then it's so much louder than me because it's so much more powerful than me. So tonight that's the tape that we're watching. I want to dive right into this. I do need maybe some snacks. I don't know if this is something I want to snack during because it might be really serious. I might be inappropriate. Might be, what is it, uncouth for me to do that. But you know what? Fuck it. Yeah, I'll call. Oh, you know what? Hotel room service is a great idea. Has been starving over here. I'll give that one time to simmer, and I'll give it time for the negative comments in the chat to scroll up so that we can see some good positive comments in the chat. Funny laugh. Thank you. I'm really glad you thought it was funny, because I thought about that long and hard. I've been thinking about that one for days. Speak more, please. You know what's up. Yes. This is the only stream that knows what's up. Welcome to the stream where the talker knows what's up. There you go. Positive comments in the chat right now. We're nothing but positive. I imagine that we've basically siphoned every positive viewer on Twitch away from every other live streamer. And the only people left on Twitch that are positive are in this chat right now. So please sound off for that up positive, that chat shit. Do it now in chat. Do it. Put that in chat right now. If you do that in chat right now, put it there. Let's see you putting that in the chat, right in that message, putting that shit, positive shit, right that in there. Put it in if you're doing that shit. Right now and there.
My mom used to hand out Y2K pamphlets in the mall as a teenager.
What are you putting? You put in
the pub verse.
You put that shit in the positive, that shit that you're doing in chat that's positive, put that shit in there, put it there, that stream like that. Do it there. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. I like the reaction to all that big fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Put it in a put it in a chat. Put it in a chat. That does it right there. Put that, if you're on the positive mindset, put that shit in it whenever you're doing it right there for that.
13 months baby ye, Terry's a huge storm here. Did you know that the unreleased original demo for Maniac, the main theme of Footloose, was actually about a slasher style serial killer?
He's a maniac, man. I thought you meant the TV show. Thank you, Bleed Gaze. Thank you, Eggplant Whiz. Sober people, how you holding up? I'm sadly sober today. I ran out of caffeine. So I'm caffeine off. I'm off caffeine today, and it's fucking up. It's fucking up. Put it up in there if you're fucking up there with that. Yeah, the only coffee I have is decaf, which is like... Never heard someone being uncaffeinated called sober. Caffeine's a drug. Caffeine's fully a drug. If you drink caffeine every day and then you skip a day, you feel different. You definitely feel different. It's just a very normalized drug. I usually don't. Wow. How do you have VIP? Did you win marbles at some point? Maybe I don't remember. Anyways, welcome to this wonderful stream.
There is a darkness in this chat tonight. SOCPENS chat, rise up.
Definitely gonna be playing tapes. A tape tonight. The Y2K Family Survival Guide. This guide basically tells you everything you need to know about the things that could happen if you're doing that, all that pretty much 24 years ago, like that. What's wrong with me today? Not even today, just literally when I turned on the stream. I wasn't like this today.
I have
get
so
like this
much
every now and
caffeine,
again.
the only way I can watch SOCPENS is to have him on 3 screens at the same time. Happy
Damn.
Y2K.
You should get a fourth one. Get a fourth one and put me there too. Put that right there on that.
month. I'm ready to prepare to Y2K. I'm ready for learning.
What the fuck is this?
Y2K.
What is this music?
Hey chat, press X to smoke a blunt.
Don't put that shit down. You can't put that shit down. Don't put any X's. Put Z. Put
Full
Z.
month I can walk now.
Put Z if you want admin. Put X if you want to get banned. See a shocking amount of X's right here. I can't do all of them. Watch me. I mean, I could ban everyone. It's called turning my stream off, I think. But you know what? I'll let it slip for tonight because right now I'm leaning back. I'm nowhere near my keyboard. So I'm too lazy to lurch forward and actually do anything. I'm chilling right now. This music is getting me fucking so fucking. Let's get cozy right there. Let's put on some Stardew Valley. I'll turn on the LED lights, the pink LED lights in my room, and we're gonna have like a good cozy stream. We're gonna have a really good cozy stream from the cozy streamer SOCPENS. I'm the cozy streamer. I only play Stardew Valley. I love plaid dinner table napkins. I speak in a soft voice. I speak in a soft voice. I speak in a soft voice. I'm the cozy streamer. I play Stardew Valley. And I play... Dreamlight Valley. Well, they really called that shit Valley. I'm the cozy streamer. My sponsors are GamerSups and I don't know enough about cozy fucking streamers. We never swear. I'm a cozy streamer. I'm your oh, I can't scream. I'm your comfort streamer. I'm your comfort streamer.
Still sitting.
That's not very cozy.
Don't
What you
watch
just
in
did.
Y2K, watch SOCPENS in 4K.
I'm the cozy streamer. My brand is that I'm your comfort streamer. You turn me on when I go to when you go to bed. And you fall asleep to my VODs of I knew people were gonna run with that fucking sentence. That's why I was rushing to finish it. You know what I'm saying? My Stardew Valley VOD's 10-hour mix. You put it on when you go to bed. I'm your comfort streamer. I've never done anything wrong in my life. I've never hurt anyone. I've never said a bad thing ever. I've never had a bad thought. I'm perfect and I'm your comfort streamer. Why does everyone want me arrested? I'm fucking streaming Stardew Valley for you fucks. And your fucking cozy ass, I'm making shit for you to go to fucking bed to because you're a loser and you're shitting on me. I'm so sorry. Oh fuck. My sponsors. Oh shit. Oh, my life was ruined. Oh fuck.
Just showed up. Hope everything's going okay. Smile.
After a 2-month hiatus, look who's back. Fuck your comfort streamer, I'm your discomfort streamer. Let's play some fucking noise.
This stream is dead. There is a dark. This stream is dead. This stream is dedicated. This stream.
Sorry, the music is still the same though.
Yezi smile.
Well, now that I made my return, what should I watch? Oh, I know, maybe a VHS tape. Well, we just watched a VHS tape. That'd probably be cool. Don't throw up. Don't throw up. Don't throw up. You know what I did? I saw this movie called fuck. I don't remember the name. It's like
Everyone listen to Y2K by the Montreals. I need it to get stuck in all your heads like it is in mine.
What's it called? Fuck, I watched a movie. It's called Family Guy Porn Parody. No, I'm kidding. I have seen that though. But I watched a movie called, it was something called the I keep wanting to say The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, but it's not that. On purpose? Or yes, on purpose. This is, y'all don't know, the live stream days in the early 2010s, Gorby's Boys Night was popping off. Let's just say that. Bring it back? Literally can't. The copyright situation in 2012 was way different than the copyright situation in 2025, which is the year that we're in now. But we did have this tradition of getting, because they were officially licensed porn parodies, and we would either censor the sex or cut it out and make a movie of it's just Family Guy, but like weird. And we'd watch those. How long has the stream been? 35 minutes. That's nowhere near the longest pre-stream. You want to see this? That shit's long gone. Those files were on the live stream fucking like servers in 2009 when I was like, that stuff is gone. Sadly. All my apes gone. Though, keep your eyes peeled, that's all I'm gonna say. Not for that. That's not coming back because I'm not like fucking 15 anymore, you know, but Boys Night, there's something in the works. Why not? Why am I not 15 anymore? Time lurches forward.
There better not be Family Guy prawn on this Y2K tape.
Nope. In fact, I'm assuming because it's a family survival guide, it should be fine.
I was 9 when Y2K. I guess I better be 9 again while we watchin'.
Yeah. Thank you, Friendly Frankenstein. 48 months is a big number. I do truthfully not remember anything about Y2K because I was like not even 5 years old. I don't have any lasting memory of anything before 9/11. So that definitely falls in that category. I think a lot of people who were like 4, 5, 6 years old when 9/11 happened probably remember 9/11 more than anything before that. Why am I getting an ad for Pizza Hut?
Bums. We don't tend to talk about them, but 1 in 2 of them might get hemorrhoids.
What is this ad?
Sound familiar? Use Anusol Plus to stop itching.
We got a new sponsor, everyone. Anusol Plus, baby. I got an ad for Pizza Hut, and then they were like, does your beehole... I actually don't know what hemorrhoids is. I'm guessing it's when your beehole bleeds. It's like, does your beehole bleed? Check this out. Anusol. If your poop is red, go to the doctor, please. My poop sometimes is purple, sometimes it's pink. I think it's fun to mix colors. Shout out Hemorrhoids for subbing. I feel like that's really brave. Thank you. I will say though, it's a joke on the podcast. I think at some point they talked a lot about Lucky Charms. How does it begin? Where does it begin? Where do we begin? And they talked about Lucky Charms and how it gets, there's a lot of posts about on iwaspoisoned.com about Lucky Charms fucking people up. And I did eat Lucky Charms for the first time in like 20 years, like 5 months ago, and my poop was like Nickelodeon slime green, just like those posts said. So there's something going on there. There's something going on. Cool Man says thirsty for cool. You found it. Your thirst has been quenched. Welcome to the coolest stream on Twitch.
God bless SOCPENS, the hottest streamer on Twitch.
This stream is dedicated to the brave Mujahideen fighters of Afghanistan. Never stop gaming! Or Poargu will pay you a visit.
Now that we've gone through the mandatory 40 minutes of Canadian content, aka my CanCon quota has been filled. I keep joking about that, and I feel like I'm manifesting a world where that's actually a thing I have to worry about. I think we should get rid of this fucking guitar music and get, what's the opposite of getting rid of? Getting unrid of a VHS tape. How do we thoughts? How do we thoughts? Should we start? Put your answer in the chat. Well, I'll poll the audience. You get to decide it tonight. Whoa, more intro. Okay. That's a first. It cannot be decided. Phew, I'm not too late. No, don't start. Do the has-been thing again. That is a one-time thing. If only I had a fucking hat for that. Okay, this comment just convinced me to start. Nimoy is on Colombo Scobby. I don't know what you're saying, but I think that's a signal to start. So let's start watching the tape. Nemo is on Colombo Scobie. No, Gorba Shiba Farba. Tubumba's a bone. Agreed. Massive agree. Massive agree. Upvote in chat. Put upvote. Can I get an upvote in chat? Yes. Look at those pluses. All right. Oh, don't look at this. As I pause on it. Wait. Oh my god, I'm so red. Why suddenly am I having problems where I appear like bright red? How do I change this? Wait, I genuinely love this fucking tape so much. I'm so elated for this. Thank you, Y2K Courtney. That makes a lot. You love it so much, it's in your name. Yeah, I need to stop my face from being like this. I said. I just got flash. Whoa! Jesus Christ. Okay. Blue? That's kind of bright. Hey, my wallpaper turned off. Hold on a second. I need to fix that. That's really important. Why did it turn off? I selected an image to be in the background of the screen on purpose. It's really important. Oh, you can't see it. You can't see it. Let me fix that. Can you see it? Can you see it? Do you know what that is? Wait, I'll change it. It's not the flag of Spain. Can you see that? Can you see it? Can you see that? Wait. Can you see him? Let me know. It's important. It's not the Spanish flag. I don't know why people are saying it's the Spanish flag. It's someone's fate. Oh hey. Oh hey. I went to IKEA for the first hard aside, I went to IKEA for the first time ever, and I was inspired. So I made a purchase on IKEA.ca, and I got a watering can. Do you want to see my watering can? I bought a watering can. I bought a watering can off of IKEA to water my plants, my house plants. It's so this is my watering can. It's a lot bigger than I thought it was. I think IKEA needs to add the hands in the pictures for scale or something, because I thought it was just a normal watering can, but it's fucking huge. So I don't really know what to do with this now. I just have a massive, like, 2-liter watering can. I just have it now. Like I literally have to like hold it like this. It's really weird. It looks like someone opened it up in Blender and scaled it up.
Can I have a sip of water from the can?
No, you cannot, because there's no water in here. Because what the fuck am I gonna do with this massive? I'd rather just. I only need like 2 cups of water to water my shit. I don't know why this is a thing. So yeah, this is my massive watering can. The water, the picture made it look normal, but it isn't. Since you can't see the picture, I'll put a video in the background so that you have something to watch while you're watching me watch something. Do you want to see? Let's see here. I think this will be a good video to have. There we go. Oh yeah, you could make out what that is. You could tell what that is. All right. That'll just be playing in the background, I guess. Let's take a look at this tape. It's the Y2K family. I feel like I'm gonna barf for some reason. Can I do that? What thoughts on Jesus, that's distracting. Thoughts on throwing up on stream? Can I do that? Can I do that? Should I vote? Vote if I should let it all out. Speak my truth. Vomit now. Oh, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I saw this movie called like The Cook, the Thief, and His Wife or some shit. TOS. I mean, I'm not doing it on purpose. I just, whether or not I have to fight against my instincts. Should I be doing that? Should I fight against my instincts? Okay, yeah. But my favorite thing about that whole movie was there's a scene where they're eating. People are eating, and Tim Roth is in that movie. And then Tim Roth is eating something, and then someone yells at him and just goes, "Don't fucking throw up!" And he just goes, "Bleh." He lets a little bit of barf out, and the guy goes, "God damn it!" And that. I liked that part. That was my favorite part of the movie. He lets a little bit out. I just like the idea of shouting at someone, "Don't fucking throw up" at the dinner table. But you know what I'm gonna do? Not throw up. I'm gonna watch this VHS tape. I love how literally half of my camera frame is dedicated to a really small monitor in the background. Huh? Oh, the opening title is was a parody. This is a parody. This is fair use. This is
in space. Our home.
Why is this so scary?
Our civilization. Our human innovations. How could the omission of 2 simple digits affect the destiny of all humankind? Y2K. What does it mean? How will it affect you, your family, your community,
volume up, please,
your nation, our world? Y2K. How can we prepare individually? How can we work together as global neighbors to make the best of whatever may occur before and after January 1st of the year 2000? Y2K, from its historical roots to its possible effects on the future of civilization. Effects that are so complex that perhaps only chaos theory could calculate the multiple ramifications of what may occur. I'm Leonard Nimoy, your guide, as we explore all aspects of the Y2K phenomenon, including how we, humankind, can utilize Y2K as an opportunity to look at ourselves, to analyze where we've been, and to adjust our sights for the future.
That went hard. I didn't listen to what he said. What'd he say? Was so proud of the fact that I was able to squeeze a few elements of space by not having to put 19 before the year. Oh yeah, okay. So the whole thing was that they didn't put 19 before the years, so they had no
myth of what may have been the most highly advanced civilization ever to dwell on the planet Earth. Legend has it that this civilization was perhaps more technologically advanced than our human civilization is today, on the brink of the 3rd millennium AD. But the legend also ends, suddenly, with the revelation that this entire ancient civilization vanished, that their great island sank into the sea
going?
Because their technological innovations were too far ahead of their human judgments.
Wait, I'm gonna pause because that's actually distracting me now. We'll pause on a good frame of Will I Am. There you go. All right, this guy's talking about Atlantis. Why are we starting with Atlantis?
Human foresight and simple human frailties. This legendary civilization was, of course, Atlantis. Yet the problem for us in the year 1999 is that we are no longer musing on what may or may not have happened a long, long time ago. Rather, we are now facing very real global issues related to power supply, satellite communications, water, healthcare, transportation, distribution of food, and other items vital to everyday human survival. These global issues are the direct...
Okay, I'm sure they're gonna get to it at some point, but the whole Y2K thing is the fact that when they were coding dates and years, they wouldn't put 19 before, right? It would just be the 2 last digits, which means that when it would become the year 2000, everything would fuck up because they weren't expecting 00, right? I think that was the whole thing. And so like systems would basically go down because the code wasn't like prepared to handle that kind of information. But I feel like that wouldn't be too hard to fix. I guess if it's like really old technology and it's like, how do you go and then change something that's already just like you can't just like update on the internet. So yeah, I don't know, we'll see.
Result of an equally real human oversight many people now refer to as the Y2K or year 2000 problem, which derives from the fact that billions of lines of computer code and embedded microchips that now run the very technologies we all depend upon may fail in that briefest moment between December 31st, 1999 and January 1st, 2000.
I'm putting on my thinker's hat for this one.
So, we recall the fate of Atlantis. The primary question for our civilization as we approach the year 2000 is this: Have we allowed our own highly advanced technological innovations to far outpace our human abilities to control those innovations? And
Oh shit, alerts are really loud. Sorry, thank you. Oh, you're not even on screen.
There's
Wow.
another bug
In
where
order to
computers
find an
count
answer
time in
to
seconds
this
since
fundamental
1970, and in 2038 that number will be too big for some programs and roll over.
2038. We're not too far off. Why isn't anyone talking about this? Y238.
And in order to prepare ourselves and our communities for whatever Y2K
Fucking aliens. Yo! That's an alien! That's a fucking alien! I'm taking off my thinker's hat because I want people to take me seriously. Y'all just see the alien on screen right now? Let me prove to you that this is a fucking alien. When we now have the technology, was made in 1999. We didn't have the technology back then to figure it out. Look at this. I'm going to paradigmically modify this so we could reveal the hidden alien colors underneath the undertones. Look, do you see what I see? I see fucking green. Do you see green on the screen? I see green. Shit's about to get crazy over here, I think. Shit's about to get crazy.
may bring, we need to understand the history and ramifications of Y2K from its very beginning decades ago to these remaining days of the 20th century, as we confer with a cross-section of the men and women on the front lines of the Y2K campaign. We begin by returning to the startlingly simple roots of Y2K.
How far back are we going to go?
When I get out here in these speeches and hearings and other presentations, the first thing that comes up
I feel like he's going to get like...
say, how do we get into this?
I feel like something bad is going to happen right now.
The story of Y2K really begins several decades ago, back in the 50s, with a very enterprising woman by the name of Grace Murray Hopper. Her nickname was Amazing Grace because of all the outstanding accomplishments in her life. One of her accomplishments was the invention of the compiler for computer programs, which translates regular written language into the ones and zeros of binary.
I use that at some point.
The idea that said the switch in a transistor is either on or off. And therefore, you can write code that can be read mechanically by a series of transistors strung together that show that they are either on or off. And that was the beginning of what we now call digital code.
Maybe
that makes sense.
More importantly, Grace Hopper was centrally involved in the creation of
that
COBOL.
Background is sick.
COBOL, computer business-oriented language, became all-pervasive throughout the computer systems of America and eventually the world.
The technology itself is very prevalent in.
Does anyone... Let's pull a chat. Thoughts in chat. Does anyone know what the fuck COBOL is? I see a few people know what COBOL is. COBOL is fucking insane. I studied, we know this, I studied computer science and I learned programming and shit. A lot of companies were trying to butter me up to get me to learn COBOL. They were like, please learn COBOL. Literally the only people that know COBOL right now are old and they're fucking dying and nobody wants to learn this shit. Like, we need younger people to learn COBOL. I'm sure it's still like this now, but if you are interested in computer science shit and you don't really care what you do and you want good money, learn COBOL and work with COBOL, because I'm pretty sure like 80% of like the world's infrastructure is still running on COBOL programs running in written in like the 60s. So I said no to that because I tried it and it was incredibly depressing to write. So I said no, but maybe some of y'all will enlighten some of y'all.
Our advanced society, and the failure points potentially span from a very simple industrial process to a very complex financial transaction.
That we don't really understand the incredible impact of that little notion that a switch can be either on or off, that a punch in an IBM card can either be in or out.
In the primitive days of computers, mainframes relied on the use of hollerith cards, which were cardboard cards with holes punched in them, to create computer programs.
I still use those for my computer.
They operated computers sort of like the way an old piano scroll would create music on a player piano.
I'd been a university president for 18 years, and I remembered right away that we had these huge mainframe computers that took up room after room after room.
The kind of computer power you can now get on a laptop used to require a system that was so large it literally had to be housed in its own building. So,
fuck, I got jump scared by an alert. Thank you, Bunny, now. I forgot to turn it down. Thank you.
Hollerith cards.
There you go.
The sheer expense of computing began to really add up.
And so in the 60s, some bright programmers said, wait a minute, why are we punching in 1967? Why don't we just put 67, save the 19?
That's when major businesses and government institutions began finding ways to cut corners.
What a visual.
Cost-cutting measures was to deliberately leave out the first two digits of the year date.
So in the year 2000, and they knew this at the time, you would have 00 pop up, not 2000. So the computer thinks it could be 1900. 000. And that's the problem.
So yeah, we may have saved a lot of money by eliminating those two digits. But here we are, 4 years later, and the cost
that's me after I stomped my toe.
Omission is in the trillions of dollars.
Companies aren't spending $100 million or more.
What's a US Y2K SAR? What is that title?
As a public relations device, they are doing it because they have a real problem to fix and a real challenge to face.
That flaw that got put into the system in terms of 2 digits for a date instead of 4.
What is this presentation? This is cool.
25 years, absolutely pervasive.
We're not going to be able to predict with any certainty where the breakdowns may or may not occur. Will it be a nuclear power plant? Will it be the airplanes in the sky? Will it be the food supply chains, transportation? There are so many possibilities.
8 hospital system has probably 45,000 pieces of medical devices, of which probably 25% of those are going to need to be tested.
The generation and distribution of electricity is really done with computers.
The Can't get myself to look normal on my fucking camera.
Estimates that approximately 82% of all U.S. small businesses might have a problem, and only 50% had taken any kind of action by the middle of 1998.
And the flaw is everywhere. Yes, it's in computer programs.
This is kind of, we basically saw like a small scale repeat of this. Was that last week? Was the antivirus shit last week? We kind of saw basically a very small scale example of what they were afraid of actually happened last week. I'm pretty sure more shit shut down last week than it did in the year 2000. And it was inconvenient for like maybe a day. Maybe less, but yeah, about 2 weeks ago. I remember flights were kind of delayed for like a day or maybe something like that, but it was like definitely not the end of everything. Flights were fucked. I know people their flight was delayed like a day. So, you know, your mileage may vary.
Software programs, it's also embedded into those microcomputers that we call chips.
The embedded chip devices work anywhere or go anywhere from a dialysis machine, an anesthesia machine, a CT scanner, IV pumps.
This shit with the music is insane. I love these fucking I had to go in one of these for my shoulder. It was crazy. I don't ever want to go in there again, but it was kind of cool, but also it kind of sucked.
All different kinds of equipment that nurses use.
Yeah, that's
on
the TTT bread machine right there.
Equipment, lab devices, X-ray, pharmacy.
Yeah, I had to get a CT scan for my shoulder. Did it smell good in there? I didn't smell like any. It smelled like metal a little bit. That was kind of like disturbing. The shittiest part about it was the fact that you can't move at all. And if you're claustrophobic, it's probably the worst thing. I'm like not really claustrophobic, but they don't really, if you're bigger, the machine doesn't really expand to accommodate for you. So like my arms are like almost touching the sides of the fucking machine. The worst part is the goo they make you drink. I didn't have to go through with that. I don't know what hospital you went to. That sounds concerning. No, I think I know what you're talking about. I think it's the shit that makes your blood glow. The dye. You're probably talking about the dye, but the way that you phrased that was very funny.
It affects every department within a hospital.
If you look at a production line now in automotive,
all my streams set up to be like this.
There is a tremendous amount of automation. You, in most cases, find that there's a software program running in there that has dates in it.
And the estimates we get on our committee are
this camera work is sick.
And possibly 5% of those
Yo,
chips
look at that animation. This is some game clam shit.
And you don't know which 2 to 5%
Thank you, Brainy Man.
they are, and you don't know where they are.
The early warnings about Y2K, however, were either ignored or deliberately rebuffed, primarily for economic reasons, but also due to bureaucracies typical of large corporations and government agencies.
And people don't know in corporations
this is a weird
how to
shot.
approach this issue, because we're looking at their whole enterprise. We're not just looking at a section. We're looking at all the code that's ever been written.
Why is the like half his face gone?
Code. We're looking at outside vendors. We're looking at internal and external interfaces.
This is not a technological problem. It sounds like it. It's a management problem.
It is estimated that over $600 billion is being spent worldwide to address the Y2K problem. The simple dilemma is that there are so many lines of code and microchips that need to be reviewed that there are just not enough computer professionals and not enough days left before January 1st, 2000 to look into every area that must be addressed.
It's a huge management challenge to make the changes in all of the lines of code and all of the machinery and all of the embedded chips that are affected with this problem.
The report card was established to get people's attention, and it has. Cabinet members talk about it, agency heads talk about it. That's what we want. Basically what we...
Year 2000 progress report card. Oh, I can't read any of this. Look at the text of the very last one with the big D. The text looks like it's been like smudged. Oh wait, my shit's turned up. What if I do this? Oh my god, I actually look normal. Holy shit. Oh! Ah! Okay. Ah! Okay. Oh god. I'm literally entertained by dragging a bar on my screen. All right.
Rate on that report card is the degree of progress that has occurred between the last quarterly report and the present. And you have 5 or 6 D's and 5 or 6 F's, you know you have a problem there. And I must say, it did get a little attention among the cabinet. In some cabinet meetings, they say,
D minus F, D, and D.
You know, so, but it puts it down where the public can understand it and not have a bunch of statistics that nobody can understand.
You've got the software problem that people can quickly understand. You got the embedded chip problem that they probably haven't thought about. And then you have the connections problem that can ultimately kill you.
Computers talk.
Whoa! Okay, we're gonna die.
Transferred from one
All right.
system to another, and if that information is not transferred because the computer in question doesn't understand the change of date, if the data that is transferred is affected by a date and causes a loss.
Look at all these red computers. They're so angry.
Integrity of that data.
then what has happened is that other computers are affected by that. It can be passed on and on and on.
In other words, the FAA, a year ago, had a problem with the radar system. Took
Thank
it
you,
into the
Valentine.
laboratory, thought they'd fixed it, just looks great, worked great. They got it into a tower, and when you suddenly have thousands of interactions from airplanes and everything else, people problems, you name it, and it didn't work. So they had to work on it in the live operational context.
That type of interconnection is really the basis of the problem.
Don't scare me.
With Y2K.
There were indeed early efforts decades ago to warn major public corporations and government organizations.
I love this
about the
soundtrack.
Y2K
It fucking
problem.
slaps.
Despite
Alerts are quiet, yes.
there have been a
I don't
whole
want
lot
it to
of
overpower
so-called
the
Y2K experts popping
tape.
up in recent years. The fact is that as early as 1960, there were already a number of computer and government professionals trying to warn us about the long-term implications.
Who are they? Let's see it.
Of dropping the first 2 digits of the year date code.
My fear is that they've waited too long and they need to get busy and get started. If they wait much longer, truly, there won't be time for them to upgrade their systems, test their systems, and put them back into production.
In 1967, the U.S. National Bureau of Standards was given the responsibility to resolve the controversy and went about doing that by surveying federal agencies. Well, the problem with that scenario was that the Department of Defense was by far the largest user of computers in the world, and it had more important things to worry about at the time, like the Vietnam War.
It's a natural process, you know, to not want to have to face a painful situation or a difficult situation, but my advice to the American public is get over it.
So the Department of Defense basically told the National Bureau of Standards that there was no way they were going to convert the 4 digits for the year date code.
Now, a very
That guy stopped giving a fuck a long time ago.
Of transportation, even earlier, suggested they do something in 1987, and she was laughed at. The old boy network, you know, what do you know, etc. She was right, and if they'd listened to her, we wouldn't be in the bad shape in the federal government that we are right now.
In the last several years, more
That's
and
the
more
Game Clan
professionals
5
working
of 4
in the
right
field of
there.
Computer science have written papers, books, or have spoken publicly about what may occur at the end of the millennium as a result of Y2K.
So we have to do something very, very dramatic. This should be the #1 priority of every CEO in the country. We can't do this without a much higher level of awareness to get everybody involved.
One of the major problems everywhere is getting people to understand that Y2K is everybody's problem right now.
The debate has been all or nothing. Either the system is going to stop totally, or then people say, well, then there's no problem. And the problem, I think the system will not stop, but that doesn't mean we don't.
He's holding a pair of invisible maracas. We're very concerned about the potential disruption of power grids, telecommunications, and banking services. As you start getting out into the population, I think most people are again assuming that things are going to operate the way they always have. That is not going to be the case. The CIA.
It is our primary goal in this program to help families and communities across the world to prepare and to work together regardless of what may or may not occur as a result of Y2K. There still exists, even in 1999, a general state of either denial, complacency, or even apathy about both the reality
Look, he's
and the
zooming.
potential effects
They
of
love that
Y2K.
clip.
And unless we appreciate what may occur, we may not be ready, either individually or as a civilization. In dead of winter, at the stroke of midnight, January 1st, 2000, elevators may stop. Heat may vanish. Credit cards and ATMs may cease to function. Airplanes and trains may come to a halt.
That would make sense.
Telephones and televisions may not utter a sound. Water delivery systems may not deliver water for cooking, drinking, or bathing. Streetlights, stoplights, lights in buildings everywhere may flicker out.
I love this countdown.
Clinics, pharmacies may be unable to provide proper medical care.
You will stop to
And
fucking
stock
breathe.
markets around the world may suffer some form of meltdown. And nuclear power plants
Do it. Show an explosion.
may cease to generate the electricity we need for all aspects of our daily lives.
What is going to happen is a combination of events, hundreds of thousands of events, literally across the globe, that will affect other systems.
One of the key aspects of
I know
chaos
that.
theory is the idea
I'm
of
proud of that.
sensitive dependence on initial conditions, which basically means that one small thing happening over here can eventually cause really big things to happen on the other side of the world.
You will start to see systems coming down.
That you have a potential
What's
for
that cut?
power outages, water outages.
My main worry is the energy grid.
And if we can't get power, we can't get water.
Water will be available in most municipalities, but I am convinced there are some where the water system will break down.
It'll be more like a cancer where one little problem kind of leads to another problem. It's
Yo, thank you for the tier 3 gift sub.
I think we should all prepare ourselves for a ground war on the year 2000 issue when it comes to insurance coverage.
I expect we will have brownouts and regional blackouts.
Communities will have disruptions, and maybe this other community will have a different disruption.
I want that water nameplate so bad.
So it's something that is totally unpredictable.
And it will just kind of spread and
I spoke with a lady at the IRS here a few months ago, and she had 3,000 people working on the year 2000 conversion and still can't get it completed by the year 2000.
I think there are individual banks that will probably go bankrupt. There are individual credit unions that will disappear over this issue.
We get people who email us and say, I'm a Y2K fixer at a major bank. And every time we try it, it crashes.
There are medical machines.
They're using that same shot.
And ICU units.
What we're finding are computer programs that don't work.
They basically, okay.
Just dead.
They basically, what we're looking at here is we're 20 minutes into the tape and they don't have anything to add. The tape is, they basically said everything they need to say about Y2K. And so they're literally just filling the next, there looks like there's 40 minutes left or something. You could tell they're getting creative with how they're trying to fill everything out.
Not doing anything.
Some people will die. I'm curious to see if people actually die from a result of this.
About the Y2K problem.
Will I play? Sorry, I'm pausing so much. Will you play Hypnospace? I did. I think I did one stream of that game.
Could lead to failure of up to 330,000 small businesses.
You know, things just kind of topple over one after the other.
We're talking about a loss of a way of life, you know, our dependence on this uninterrupted life in which the energy grid supplies a lot of our needs on a daily basis.
You're going to see some real dislocation, panic, fear.
And the problem globally is worse than it is here.
Look to the countries who are emerging countries to have the worst problems.
There are some developing countries in the world, I think, that you will not be able to make phone calls from. Some where airlines will be advised not to fly.
It's just going to explode.
The biggest problem is energy and defense.
The fact is that only 24 countries are addressing the year 2000 problem.
Those governments have decided either that the problem doesn't apply to them or that they'll just wait and see what doesn't work and then fix it afterwards.
This is going to explode.
Down. It's flat off the air. It just won't even boot up. It's not running.
And Y2K.
You know what actually is affected by Y2K? The Wii U. The one true victim of Y2K is the Wii U. Rest in peace, Wii U's across the land. That was the one that they couldn't save. If you don't know, it's because Wii U's are dying worldwide for literally no reason if you don't use them. That's why. I plugged my shit in. Mine's turning on. You should probably check if yours is turning on or not. If you leave it unplugged for too long, it could die. That's literally like a thing that's been said. So I've got my beautiful Wii U. Fuck the Nintendo Switch. Fuck phones. Fuck tablets. I'm using this shit. This shit's got Scribblenauts versus DC Comics on here. I do have the limited edition Wind Waker one. It was the same price as the normal one. I didn't know it was special. Okay.
Itself, that is the changeover from December 31st, 1999 to January 1st, 2000, is not the only date in 1999 or 2000 that presents possible problems.
One of those is what's called the problem of the nines, or September 9, 1999.
The 9/9/99.
They're just coming up with fucking...
that a lot of computers have actually been told to turn off.
Everyone who has a fiscal year that begins before the end of 1999 will, whether it's April 1, July 1, or in the case of the federal government, October 1, will have a fiscal year 2000 challenge to deal with their financial systems, which will at that point be in the fiscal year 2000.
Then we may see computers shut.
Dreamcast Day. Did the Dreamcast come out on September 9th, 1999? The guy said September 9th, 1999 is a terrible day. It's a day that computers have been instructed to turn off. I don't know what that means.
Down in April and May, when a great many states start their fiscal year, when those computers start trying to think, so to speak, in terms of the year 2000, they may shut down.
You also had July the 1st, which is going to be a big banking day. Expect the federal government to come in right in the middle of the summer and start working some banks that are not compliant. That's going to be possibly the first indicator for a lot of people.
During the last few months of 1998, word about Y2K began to gradually enter the public consciousness. And now, in 1999, the seriousness of what may occur has spread around the world.
And we found, as people come along and say, oh, we're on great shape, we're on a great track, we're in great shape, we have everything under control, look how much compliance we've got, and then the test comes back, no, you're not.
And when we think there's some hokey pokey
that report card is huge. He looks so small beside it.
For the next term,
this is a fucking crazy shot.
Systems. And we looked at that. We said, "Gee, are they working that fast suddenly to clean up that mess?" And no, they weren't. They just wanted to look good, so they knocked a few off. They redefined them. They said they aren't critical mission. Wham! So their total went
wham
down. And
wham.
Me in the
He's
sense
like
of them
wham.
trying to pull that stunt.
The IRS doesn't prepare its antiquated computer system for the digital crisis in time. There is no plan B. The whole financial system of the United States will come to a halt. If not only that could happen, it will happen if we don't fix it right.
Despite all the computer systems,
I'm writing that shit down. The amazing digital crisis. No, you added amazing. People in chat added amazing, right? I didn't. Did they say that? Okay, I'm writing that down. The incredible, amazing digital crisis. There you go. People are talking. Is the Amazing Digital Circus like Has-Been Hotel? I feel like they're probably related. I love the people in chat going, no clue. Don't know what to tell you, but I don't know. I'm at a loss here. They're similar in my head, as in I've heard about both of them and I literally know nothing about them, so.
And possibly fixed. And despite all the possible consequences of Y2K that have been outlined thus far, there is indeed ample room not only for hope, but even optimism in some areas. A number of vital government organizations, such as the Social Security Administration, have been working on Y2K since 1994 and will be ready for the year 2000. Major banks, such as Chase Manhattan, have been addressing Y2K since the early 90s and have diligently prepared for the year 2000 turnover. Even in the world of personal computers, Macintosh systems have been Y2K compliant since the mid-1980s.
Oh, I should mark that my stream is Y2K compliant. I need a badge. I need a Y2K czar. I need like one of those. I need one of those badges, like when it says like designed for Windows XP. I want one that says the stream is Y2K compliant.
A nationwide campaign to address, review, and resolve every aspect of Y2K as it affects America and the world.
The first thing we have to do is have the public feel comfortable that they know what's going on. They know what's being fixed, they know what still remains to be done, they know where the risks are. The second thing they need to know is that we're managing against the problem, not just the federal government.
You'll make it. What dimensions do I want? I have in the Discord, I have I'll check it. I have like it's like, oh, I'm an official Microsoft, certified Microsoft, where is it? It's like, I'm like a Microsoft oh yeah. Microsoft Most Valuable Professional. I put it in the Twitch stream chat in the Discord, but it's just like, it's like how do I describe the size of an image without showing an image? It's like this. I look crazy doing it. It's like this.
But the major companies in critical sectors in the economy.
In other words,
It's like this.
Even though our society has been slow to realize the full implications
Not
of
helpful,
Y2K,
but okay. I'm sorry.
Human ingenuity is now at work on both large and small
If you Google Microsoft Most Valuable Professional on Google Images, you'll see the exact badge that I'm talking about that's like this.
scales.
The FAA has been having meetings and schedules that are being set, and every piece of equipment has been identified that will need software modifications. We also have backup systems for backup systems. That's the way we always do business, and I'm sure that the priorities of keeping flights going is going to...
Just take that aspect ratio of that sticker and just scale it up to like 1,000 pixels width.
Be number one for the economy and number two for the safety of everyone.
The problem has been worked on now for 2 or 3 years.
Thank you.
At a steady pace, and we're making good progress, and I think we found the major bugs. There certainly will be a lot of little things go wrong, but as a whole, I think it'll just be more of a nuisance.
Of the 150
she was
systems in our...
She literally, that was the most candid answer in this entire video. She was like, you know, we've been working on it for a minute. I feel like most people have like dealt with the worst of it, and like what will probably happen, just these small little things that might be kind of annoying, but that's it. Like, it's not a big deal.
Agency last year in September, we completed all repair of all systems except for
Yo, look at that.
Should be
That's interstellar footage. There's Matthew McConaughey before he became a self-help guy.
So
we should watch that. I want to watch that after this. I want to watch clips from that after this. That might get me in trouble though. We'll see.
At this point, we have no indication that there's any reason for people to assume
not Interstellar, no. How many people know in chat that Matthew McConaughey did a live stream, like a self-help live stream, where I think it's called The Art of Living, and it's like an hour long, and it's insane. It is. Okay, we're gonna have to watch that
power,
after this.
Or financial systems, and in fact, quite the contrary, the major companies in those industries are making very strong and good progress.
It's legitimately like I might get in trouble for showing it on YouTube. Like on YouTube, might give me some problems, but like I'm sure Twitch should be fine.
Pull together as one unit and get this done.
It's like 100% like a grift thing.
A catastrophic failure where there's riots and people running around shooting each other and things like that.
The people that
Wait, did he say that he thinks that's gonna happen, or he doesn't think that's gonna happen? Well, that's kind of crazy. I didn't catch the beginning of his sentence, but
are going to get a gun and a year's supply of food and run to the mountains. We'll find
future foods. Yo, I wanted
mountains in a bad mood. So it's best to stay in your community. This is a community problem. We handle it at the community level.
Wait, what the fuck did he just say? Did he say Y2K is gonna make you run to the mountains, and then when you run to the mountains, all you're gonna meet are people in a bad mood with guns?
Immediate response.
People that
Wait.
And that's what I believe too. I think people will pull together into this year 2000 conversion, and we'll pull together as one unit and get this done.
I don't see that there'll be a catastrophic
Okay, he said that he doesn't think it's going to happen.
Riots and, you know, people running around shooting each other and things like that.
The people that are going to get a gun and a year's supply of food and run to the mountains will find a lot of other people with guns in the mountains in a bad mood. So it's best to stay in your community. This is a community problem. We handle it at the community level.
I thought he was saying that we should do that.
Is to buy machine guns and camouflage and lock ourselves off from our neighbors. Well, then what's happening is what's in the human heart is boiling to the surface. That's why Christians have got to challenge that whole mentality with a non-selfish, serving kind of mentality that makes a difference in the lives of their neighbors.
It starts with you. And I think if everybody does their job,
I feel like this took a hard left somewhere.
And does the right thing and just simply prepare, then I think you'll make it just fine.
One of the things that the Y2K
this shot's crazy.
is likely to initiate is a rediscovery of community. Most people today have lost touch with community. We live lives that are very insulated from one another.
This is not the end of the world. This is a problem. Things are going to be broken. The electricity may be broken. We will have to be patient while it's being fixed. That's all. And you know what? While it's being fixed, we
He looks like he's tied to a post.
It may be also that we come to realize that technology doesn't supply all the answers that we hoped it had. One of the ways that we're going to be testing ourselves, of course, is to have a more concerned relationship with our fellow man. I think that really goes without saying.
I think it's possible that we end up with disconnection from our toys, a stronger connection to other human beings, cautious and wiser reliance on technology.
This guy missed the memo completely, not to say toys as an adult. This guy is going in completely serious. He's like, yep. So my toys might not work anymore, but he did not catch the memo that that is a kid's thing. You don't refer to adult things as toys. Yeah, my toys might not work anymore, but I think I'll be okay.
Love for the simple things of life, which is what life is really about. I think our modern age has been disconnected from the true values of life, and I think all of that could result on the other side.
Don't be mean. That's not mean.
Good patient care.
If you think that's mean, then that's
a lot of these
concerning.
High-tech devices, and we can do it again should they fail in the year 2000.
My view of it is that it's an opportunity to redefine relationships that can emerge.
Damn, he's multiplying.
I'm confident that we're going to rally.
Why only him? He gets the.
Whatever the problems are, we will meet them as we have met all the other problems we've had, and that basically we will move forward and
multi-man. I see a Marvel Snap player.
As a result of all of this work and effort.
Multiple man. Great accomplishment seems imperfect, yet it does not outlive its usefulness. Great straightness seems twisted. Great intelligence seems stupid. Great eloquence seems awkward. Movement overcomes cold, stillness overcomes heat, stillness and tranquility set things in order in the universe.
By this time, in the year 1999, the term Y2K has entered the public consciousness. World leaders in government, spiritual, and corporate circles have all found themselves in one of the greatest dilemmas facing humankind. But the dilemma is not Y2K itself.
What?
Rather, the concern for world leaders is how we, as individuals, as communities,
retreading
should best approach Y2K. But the reality is there are no Y2K experts. And this is because nothing like this has ever occurred before in the history of humankind. The reality is no one knows
I like this music a lot.
What's going to happen. So, the real dilemma facing not only world leaders, but each one of us, is how to find a clear, reasonable, balanced approach between those who call for extreme survival measures versus those who advise no action at all.
Yeah, he did. The tape did open up with him saying, yo, this shit happened with Atlantis and look at what happened to that. So
The very
He's
best
kind of
we
just
can hope to do, therefore, is to
literally
prepare
just
as individuals and as families so that we each feel secure, and to work together in small and
This
large
music
communities
slaps. I love
as
it.
local and global neighbors.
This rules.
Hi, I'm Ted Wright. I spent 4.5 years in Special Forces, almost continuous combat, and I travelled from El Alamein in Rome. I was part of the Desert Rats team, and I...
Okay, I know that. What the fuck is Hand of Man? What the fuck is Hand of Man? All I'm getting is results for a museum called Hand of Man. What a title.
Up at outside Rome, and I survived Anzio. I have seen just about every condition of human misery and privation in my time. I am a family safety preparedness consultant. I've been doing what I do for 18 years. I'm happy to be a part of this team, and I hope that our message will be received positively.
Concentrate on basic needs that you might have to spend a couple of weeks using those supplies before a distribution system is renewed.
I think it's a very important thing for communities to have a constructive dialogue with their elected leaders and their local businesses.
I want Oreos.
About what their state of preparedness is and what their state of readiness is.
Learn how to put a little water away. Know how much per person to put away. Know
I can't because they're
how
fucked
much
up.
gas you're going to need on hand, if any. Know what you're going to do.
Water, and I've said it for years, is going to be a prime problem in this country with regards to fresh drinking water.
This guy
It's
predicted
already a
Mad
problem
Max.
now. It's been highlighted in newspapers, periodicals, magazines have all run specials on this.
Water.
Have a minimum of at least 4 weeks water for each family member in storage as soon as possible. 1 gallon per person is accepted by FEMA and the Red Cross as the very basic requirement. So for 1 month,
Oh, we're
30
going
gallons
full
per
doomsday
person is
prepper
your
mode
target.
here, I think.
Other than buying water, fill
That's just
every
where we're at
container
now.
that you use. Milk, juice, soda pop, rinse it out and fill it with fresh tap water and store containers in a cool, dark place. I have containers all
My
over
heart.
my house, all over my yard, I have them in the bedroom, I have them in the linen closet. Store them, store them, store them. Fresh water properly stored lasts for years. The enemy of water is light and heat. We now have excellent technical advances that have resulted in very compact, portable, inexpensive water filters that we can process our water through and know that.
Nothing, obviously, I don't think people need to be prepared this hard for Y2K, but it is funny to think about this in the context of COVID, in that, at least in Canada, in the US, and places like that, toilet paper was the fucking problem for some reason and not water. Like, I'm sure they're not going to mention toilet paper at all here, but it's really interesting to compare that to what happened. I didn't have any problem getting bottles of water. I had a lot of problems. I just had to let it crust, which is unfortunate, but you know, that's how we do.
It's safe to drink no matter how long it's been in storage. If you're in doubt, filter the water using a good water filter now available in
I love that because I felt like I just went into someone's living room and just fucking lit a bomb and walked out. I was just waiting. I was waiting for the reaction to happen. That was beautiful.
the $30 range and up. Be sure it is at least a 0.05 micron or less.
Y'all don't know, that's not something I came up with. There's a you know what, I'm just not gonna say it. I saw this video where it's like, yo, vote. you wipe or do you let it crust? I'm sure some of y'all have seen that. I'm just gonna stop talking.
Because then it will filter out possible bacteria. But if you have no filter and have doubts, boil the stuff.
It was like, you know what? I'll post it in the Discord. Obviously, there's nothing graphic. It's literally like a cartoon of a guy. It was like a parody of those, like, yo, fucking Lil Pump linked up with Skinny Pete. Keep it, need it or keep it. And it was like that kind of video, but instead it said, let it crust or wipe.
And now let's talk about storing water for purposes other than drinking. Picture this. You get up one day, you go to the bathroom and discover you don't have water. You then realize you only have one flush per toilet. And then things are going to get nasty and unpleasant. What do you do about this? Well, ahead of time, store water in volume for this purpose. Next to the need for drinking water, need for flushing water is number 2. Fill trash cans, drums, or any large containers, no matter if they're clean or not.
Yo, imagine if you did this and your house is just, every container that you have is just full of water.
Quantity, not quality, is the order of the day. In rainy areas, put barrels under the gutter spout and you have free water. Now, in most of the manuals put out by the Red Cross and FEMA, it tells you to put a plastic trash bag in your toilet and use the toilet normally, seal the bag when it's sufficiently finished. But that is one of the most destructive things we can possibly do, and I urge everybody, as I have done for years, do not use plastic bags for your toilet.
Go outside and dig a hole and shit in the soil like a normal person.
As soon as you seal the bag, the waste inside starts to cook. And that generates germs, it generates all sorts of bacteria. So those plastic trash bags are going to deteriorate and you're going to have a potential for an outbreak of disease like you never saw before. If the toilet doesn't work, a chemical toilet is the answer. The chemical toilet is most desirable for family safety. They're very affordable, costing even less than $60. If you cannot afford
what the fuck is that?
Well, a good-sized bucket and an adapted toilet seat will...
You know what? I was waiting for him to say bucket. Just say shit in a bucket.
...work if you're careful. Use this
Thanks,
toilet,
Poop Cooker.
and when finished, empty down the regular toilet. By observing the reaction of the flushing as you dump the homemade chemical toilet, you will learn how much water to keep in the bucket at all times. Under no circumstances dump the chemical toilet waste of any kind in the yard. Let's take the example of an apartment complex with 50 units in it. We have to get together, we have to put the response...
You know, no one's gonna follow this advice. If something like this were to actually happen, that apartment complex, you would see people throwing buckets of shit out their window like it's medieval times. We're just gonna go back to like how we used to do it like hundreds of years ago. Like, you know, that's what's gonna happen.
On the owner or the management of the apartment buildings to make a communal toilet, to pull in the toilets that we see on the construction sites, etc. If people have to pay an extra $1 a month in their rent to make sure they have some toilets out there for them, like we do at expositions and ball games. If they can do it for ball games and gatherings, we can do it for an apartment complex or condominium complex.
Ball games.
Hygiene is always a problem with no water. Stock up on baby wipes. Clean underarms and private areas daily with baby wipes.
The best thing you want to do is really get stuff
I guess
that you're used to eating.
I want that Future Foods taco, honestly. I want to see what's in there. I want him to open one really bad.
Potted meat, all kinds of potted meat products, bean products.
And so we're urging that people prepare food,
show us the
water,
Future Foods
for about a month to 6 weeks. The other aspect of that is that we're urging people strongly not to think that they can survive this alone. This is about community. It's about networks.
No.
And so beyond about a month, you have to be networked and you have to be in community. There's no way any one family could lay aside, you know, enough food, enough resources to survive this thing on.
Yeah, I've seen The Last of Us. I played The Last of Us. I ain't trusting no one.
You need to have a minimum of 4 weeks of food for this emergency for each family member. Same as the water, remember? And also, pets are family members, and they need food and water for the same period of time. The body needs a high concentration of protein and minerals to stay healthy.
Was that a
50 to
fucking
60
mouse?
grams of protein a day is a good guide, and the average adult. The body needs
Look at beside
a high
the bin.
concentration of protein and minerals to stay healthy.
What was that?
50 to 60 grams of
I'm having
protein
fucking
a day
flashbacks
is a
to
good
Cheese 'em
guide,
Dodger.
and the average adult should consume this much protein. That is approximately 1,500 grams of protein.
The Y2K creature. It's the Y2K mouse.
A dehydrator is worth its weight in gold at this particular time. Homemade jerky can be stored with white rice to absorb any
That
extra
looks
moisture it may
crazy.
have after
Probably tastes good as hell though.
Mary Bell's book on dehydrating food is a great resource if you want to try.
Big shout outs to Mary Bell,
We must learn the fundamentals,
aka the
and be like a
dehydrator.
squirrel. We must get a little bit and put it away, a little bit and put it away. In my own teachings, I teach the bin method. I talk about a 30-gallon trash bin, but it can be a smaller container. You need a container with a good tight lid.
I love that half of this was Leonard Nimoy talking to computer experts about Y2K, and now we're just into how to dehydrate meat to store.
Powdered milk, dried fruit, powdered protein drink.
This seems like a completely different tape.
Seeds for sprouting, and any canned foods you might like. If you have the money, MREs, meals ready to eat, can be purchased from military surplus stores
all my
or from
hours
many
spent
sites
watching
on the internet.
YouTube MRE fucking unboxings are gonna be. They're gonna. You know, I didn't waste all my time on YouTube. Now, I'll know how to make that coffee. I'll know how to heat up the dinner. I know that you just shake some of the packs and they heat up. You don't got to do anything. They cook by themselves. You just shake them. I know that some of them come with cigarettes if they're from the 50s because they thought that those were healthy for some reason.
Preparations, the better your opportunity to get the supplies you need at reasonable prices. Y2K specifically is going to affect our utilities and our services.
I thought I was going to say YouTube.
We can't do anything about the telephone. We can't put the power back on. But we have to have alternate means of heating and alternate means of lighting.
Candles.
Now that we have covered the subjects of food and water storage, let's move on to the problems of staying warm and having emergency lighting. If you have a fireplace or a wood stove and you don't have any fuel or you've run out of fuel, you can burn newspapers hand-rolled into logs. Basically, you roll the newspapers very tightly and fasten them with metal wire. As for heat, a good modern kerosene heater is the way to go. They are safe, do need ventilation of course, but are very efficient and economical, using under 10 gallons a week, burning 10 hours a day.
Yeah, look at that thing.
I stress the need to reduce the logistics. Don't try to heat the whole house. Select one room large enough for the family and use
that
that
device
one
looks
room
crazy.
for living in. For this 4-week period, it's not that big a deal. There is a long life flashlight, and boy, it's apart from all the rest. I have one, and it's just amazing. Mine will go 2 years on one battery. Candles are a pleasant but controversial light source. If you are going to use them, be very, very careful, as they can
Controversial
be as
choice.
dangerous as they are useful, especially around children. You may want to purchase an oil lamp from your favorite discount store. Oil lamps are one of the most economical ways to provide emergency lighting. 2 gallons of lamp oil is approximately a month's supply.
Lamp oil?
Using your oil lamp 5 hours a day.
Lamp oil?
There is also the crank radio and light that is very, very efficient. Hot meal? Sure, if you want to. Keep warm? Why not, in a reduced living area?
Hot meal?
Be sure to stockpile
Sure, if
plenty
you
of
want
the
to.
fuels you know you'll be using.
Sure.
Such as firewood, kerosene, lamp oil, etc. You may want to have fire starter bricks and extra
Yo, I love that
lighters
as starter log.
Make sure you have plenty of batteries on hand for your flashlights. If you don't already have one,
This is like, this is just generic prepping now.
Basic first aid kit.
This is, feels like a different tape entirely.
Go to your doctor and ask for an extra prescription so you can cycle your prescriptions, have a month ahead of you. No doctor will issue a prescription ahead of time. We have to change the thinking of the AMA.
Make sure you have your
Ask me anything. He predicted Reddit AMAs.
You'll want to make sure you get it perhaps filled in December of '99. That hopefully by 3 months from then, through January and February of 2000, as they work through the glitches, should there be a glitch, that by the time you're ready to fill your prescription in March, you'll have the computer system fixed and your medication will be available to you.
And the medication problem, as far as I'm concerned, is a time bomb waiting to go off, and it's going to be very, very serious. Make sure you have enough prescription medicine to last for this period of time. You will need to talk to your doctor about this. Home remedies and herbal teas. Have a good 4-week supply of toilet paper, paper towels, lawn trash bags, diapers if you have a baby, feminine products, contact lens solution, and good personal grooming items of your choice. You
He did say toilet paper.
Handy tools such as duct tape, a handsaw, crowbar, hammer and nails, pliers, screwdrivers, and rope.
You may want to put some money aside because that.
All right, finally someone different.
You may
Fuck.
not be able to get to your bank. Your bank may be down for a week or two, and it would be a discomfort. People may not accept checks, so having some cash might be a good idea.
I wonder when he'll be taken out of timeout.
Fractional reserve banking. That
I wonder what he did.
Deposit, only a very small portion is actually kept with the bank. Even of that deposit, only 1.2% of our total money supply is in cash. So that if everybody ran to the banks tomorrow, they'd only be getting maybe a penny on the dollar in return if they wanted in cash. Well, that kind of information floating around the society is what's going to cause some tremendous panic, I think.
It may be a good idea to have some cash on hand, although experts vary
American
in their
money.
opinions. By personal choice, put
It's all about the
coin and
Benjamins.
cash away as much as you feel you are comfortable with. Get a copy of all financial records such as bank statements, mortgage statements, credit card statements, and all important documents. Store them in a safe place. Have written proof of financial assets as much as you can. We do not recommend pulling all of your money out of the bank. Just document what is there. Tell your children they don't have to worry about Y2K because your family will be prepared if the water or electricity goes out for a few days.
With children, it's very important to reassure kids that this is not the end
How
of
is
the
this
world.
financial? This is not
Involve them
financial.
in a meaningful way. You know, if it comes to storing a little food or, you know, putting batteries in the flashlights, you give kids a meaningful role in the process, because it literally is true that in times of catastrophe, everyone is a leader at one time or another.
If your child is old enough to understand Y2K and to help out around the house, you need to explain Y2K to him. Let him help prepare. If the child is not old enough to help you or understand Y2K, then don't tell them. I mean, it'll be part of their life experience. That children are pretty resilient. They'll figure this is normal.
Be sure you have provided for your well-being and morale. Have games
Just
that
don't
require
tell
no
them. They'll
electricity.
figure it out.
Books, playing cards, puzzles, and crafts. These
They'll
will
figure it
keep
out.
you
Meanwhile,
and
you're
your
playing,
children
spin the
happily
fucking
on.
teapot beside a
Tell your friends and
lamp
relatives that preparing
when
for
the day
temporary
before you're
shortages
playing
and
Super
outages
Nintendo
caused by
and
Y2K
Mario Party.
is a good insurance policy. You don't expect your house to burn down, but you're still insured against that possibility. Now that you have seen some of the ideas in this program, you know how easy it is to start your own short-term preparations. Many people, especially those who live alone, are overwhelmed by the potential of this Y2K dilemma. Remember, all problems have a solution, and people will continue to work on the problems we have outlined in this presentation. If you would like more information about my educational materials
So they're selling
regarding
shit.
Y2K,
I was wondering when this would show up.
my newsletter or other products, please call 1-800-948-8301.
Oh.
I think that it's prudent, just as companies are planning for year 2000, so also is it prudent for individuals.
This
to
literally is
engage
like a
in that
different
same
tape than the
type of
part with
thinking.
Leonard Nimoy. Like it's
and at least enough of water for a month's
This-
supply, of food.
Basically, we're prepared for a couple.
they
3 months.
fearmonger you at the beginning, and then they're like, "Here's how you could feel
It's not
safer."
that expensive in 1999 prices early.
I plan to do and is to store a month's worth
What
of food
fucking
and
room is this
a month's
guy
worth of
in?
water.
I will make.
He's like in the Terminator
my
2
bank send me all
hospital.
my records. I'm keeping all my receipts for all of my medical expenses for the year 2000 or for the year 1999.
Why don't you test yourself? Why don't every home test? Why not go home next weekend? Why not Friday night, turn the box off, turn the electric off, go shut the water off, okay? Have a few bucks in your pocket, see what you need.
Y2K is a computer problem.
What is that? What is that? Everyone else is giving really serious, dead fucking serious advice. He goes, you know what? Next week, why don't you go outside, turn your power off, put a few bucks in your pocket, turn the water off, and see how you feel. Okay? That's like straight up like a Mega 64 character. I want to watch that again.
This is for the year 2000 or for the year 1999.
Why don't you test yourself? Why don't every home test? Why not go home next weekend? Why not Friday night, turn the box off, turn the electric off, go shut the water off, okay?
Okay, okay.
Have a few bucks in your pocket.
Okay, you idiot, okay.
See what you need.
I fucking love that guy.
But
Okay.
It's going to face the individual with their own reality. And whatever that reality is, it's going to face you face to face with a mirror. And in that mirror, there's going to be you.
Here's a checklist to help you, your family, and your community prepare for Y2K. Do you have at least a 3-week supply of water on hand? Do you have at least a 3-week supply of food ready? Primarily canned and dried foods, which are not dependent upon refrigeration for freshness. Do you have hard
This music's
copies of
insane.
all your important
Listen to this
documents,
track.
such as bank statements, stocks, assets, birth certificates, and so on? Do you have emergency independent lighting, such as flashlights, kerosene lamps, oil lamps, candles, and matches?
This is filmed like an
Since
episode. Check it
Y2K
out.
will
It's true.
happen in the dead of winter, if you live in colder climates, do you have emergency heating methods or other means to stay warm, such as a well-prepared fireplace, at least 3 weeks of kindling, real or synthetic fireplace logs, as well as sleeping bags, heavy quilts, heavy coats, thick gloves, thermal underwear, and socks? Do you have backup cooking methods available, such as a kerosene camping stove, barbecue with an ample supply of charcoal, or a fireplace
Just waiting to be
and
sampled.
cookware appropriate for an open flame? If you are continuously reliant upon prescription medicine, have you made provisions with your doctor to have at least a 3-month supply of medicine after January 1st, 2000? Likewise, if you have a medical condition which requires continuous care,
This
have
guy's
you made
asking so many
provisions with your
questions.
doctor to make sure your necessary medical care will be uninterrupted throughout the year
I want to
2000?
go out with a friend and you know when you usually ask people how they are, I say
And you
all of this
customize it for
verbatim.
the potential needs of you and your family. If you have critical care home nursing equipment, have you checked with the seller or manufacturer?
Have you checked with the seller or manufacturer to make sure that none of the equipment may be affected by Y2K microchip failures?
If you'll be pregnant in the year 2000,
If you'll be pregnant in the year 2000, have you made special provisions with your doctor to ensure a smooth delivery of your newborn child?
in the event that telephone systems, satellite networks, television, or radio temporarily become inoperative, do you or your nearby neighbors have a ham radio as a backup for communications and to keep abreast of newsworthy developments?
I love
Have you
this.
made specific plans to secure heirlooms and other valuables?
Do you or your neighbor have a ham radio? I want one.
Have you
I want a
contacted
ham
your
radio.
local phone, water, and power companies both about uninterrupted service and about accurate billing statements in the year 2000. If you live in a skyscraper or other high-rise dwelling, have you and your co-tenants conferred with building management regarding backup generator for the entire
This is so aggressive.
regarding emergency provisions for heat, light, water, and waste management? If you live in a community of neighborhood homes, have you begun organizing with family, friends, and town leaders to prepare contingency plans for the first 2 to 3 months of the year 2000, particularly
I feel like I'm
regarding
going
emergency
crazy.
food, water, and heat provisions? Have you made special contacts with any elderly or disabled folks to see if they could use a little help? And have you communicated with your local, county, state, and federal representatives to make sure they're doing everything in their power to prepare for Y2K? Finally, one good thing to remember regarding all of these items of preparation.
And have you eaten yet? Do you want to go have dinner? Do you want to have a date?
Y2K, all of these things will still
Have you
be
eaten
useful
yet?
to you and your family.
Have you eaten yet?
And the efforts to organize with our neighbors
And have you eaten
will be
yet?
beneficial to
And
all
perhaps what is
parties
this?
concerned, no matter what does or does
And perhaps what is this? And perhaps what is this? Immensity is not itself a good thing. A living man is worth more than a lifeless galaxy. Thank you, Olaf Stapledon.
There is an ancient myth of what might have been the most highly advanced civilization ever to dwell on the planet Earth. But that is indeed just an ancient myth. We're now, without question, living in one of the greatest periods in all human history. It's both an exciting and challenging time to be alive. We both enjoy and are awestruck by the unbelievably rapid advancements in human ingenuity and technology. Yet, how fragile do we now find ourselves before the juggernaut of our own inventions?
Whoa! How fragile do we find ourselves? That is a Kingdom Hearts line if I've ever heard one. And yet, how fragile do we find ourselves in front of the juggernaut of our own inventions? That's a fucking wild line. And yet. What did he say? I want to hear it again. I actually forgot what he said. Not good.
As we indicated earlier in this and technology, yet how fragile do we now find ourselves before the juggernaut of our own inventions?
That's a Kingdom Hearts boss line. And yet, how fragile do we find ourselves before the juggernaut of our own inventions? I'll fucking kill you, Donald Duck. Donald Duck. Sora, you fucking petulant child.
However, as we indicated earlier in this program, there are no Y2K experts. No one knows exactly what, if anything, will happen. And our individual and collective response to Y2K
I'm Donald Duck.
is actually far more important than Y2K itself.
The experts that we're dealing with indicate that it's going to hit hard and heavy for a while, maybe look like what some are calling a meltdown scenario for a week or two, and then it's going to level out more to brown out.
On a scale of 1 to 5, how bad the Y2K is going to be globally, 5 being the worst, I would say globally they're at a 5. In the States, we have been at a 4. I think we're going to end up about a 2.
My personal sense of this is in the range of 3. I think there are going to be major disruptions. I think there are going to be things that we can deal with, but it won't be easy.
Putting January 1 on a scale of 1 to 5, with 5 being the worst and 1 being nothing at all, my assumption is somewhere around a 2.5. Again, an annoyance, a nuisance, a lot of different things that don't work. Catastrophic, I don't think so.
I would say a 3. I think maybe we're looking at maybe a 3. I think based on the utility companies, I think there will be some power outages, or we'll have brownouts in some cases.
I would say that it would probably fall around a 3 or a 4.
My personal opinion is it can only be a 5. It can't be any less than a 5.
Of course! I would probably have to rate this right in the middle at 2.5.
Of course!
And the reason is because we know that this is an inevitable.
That guy's fucking funny.
I would put the year 2000 problem for the world at a 3 with a wait-and-see attitude.
In a very real way.
With a wait and see attitude. The next time someone asks me to rate something, I'll say, "Oh, do you like that movie?" It's like, "Oh, I just finished watching that movie." Or like, "Oh, what do you rate it out of 5?" I'm like, "I'll give it a 3 out of 5 with a wait and see attitude. See how that changes over time."
And there's no one to blame, morally or otherwise. We've all benefited from the technologies which have improved our lives, and we have therefore encouraged those same technologies to develop at ever more accelerated rates. And yes, perhaps we are now realizing that we've taken them a bit for granted and have indeed become too dependent upon the byproducts of our collective innovations. And so,
and yet how fat, fragile we find ourselves in the face of the juggernaut of our own inventions.
In the development of our civilization as an opportunity to look at the long-range effects
How
of
fat
all
we
our
find
human
ourselves.
endeavors.
How fat we find
Looking
ourselves from
beyond
the emergency
Y2K,
tacos.
Whatever
What was it called?
human ambitions and
Prepared foods, whatever.
Our even more powerful human spirit will find a way to overcome.
Future foods.
So, let us use the Y2K challenge as an opportunity to reflect on where
Yo, check it out. You heard that was the first ever TikTok challenge. We got the Y2K challenge by Leonard Nimoy.
we're headed as a civilization. Perhaps the most important opportunity we've ever had. If the omission of 2 simple digits can have worldwide impact several decades after its inception, we must ask ourselves, before we rush too far forward, what are we doing now in genetic engineering, with cloning, with the development of bacteriological warfare life forms, with death ray technologies, and pollution of land, air, and water that could have long-term, unpredictable worldwide effects? And what can we do?
What the fuck is death ray technology? What the fuck is death ray? Did Leonard Nimoy predict the Spartan laser in Halo 3? Holy shit. What the fuck?
As the inheritors, the caretakers of this world, what can we do to protect our home?
That's crazy. You predicted Halo too, essentially. Yo, this music slaps. Oh, it's fading out.
Trying to get back up to you, so caught in this perpetual night, but I straining upward, I see a light. Aching to come up for air. Are you there?
Why is this feels like a yeah, I feel like I just got the bad ending of this tape somehow. Oh, this is an original song. This was written for this tape, I think. I guess we didn't survive Y2K. The we use are dying. We use are dying. Let's reframe this. I need a. This is a public service announcement right now. Wii U's are dying worldwide. Across the nation, Wii U's are not turning on. I plead, I implore you, if you have a Wii U, to plug it in. And if you see that red light, then you know you're okay. We've lost enough Wii U's, we can't lose any more. Thank you. Well, that was the Y2K family survival guides. Surprisingly, not as sensationalist as I thought, but definitely, I did not expect halfway through for the tape to become a doomsday prepper sales service. I did not, that was not in the cards. Oh yeah, there's the Atlantis parts, that's true. The Atlantis parts did happen. Okay. This was pretty much the only thing that I plan on watching tonight, but because so many people don't know what the fuck I was talking about, Matthew McConaughey, The Art of Living. Now, we probably won't be able to watch the whole thing because I'm fairly sure... Oh wait, it's The Art of Living Well. Okay, so I think the full thing is on YouTube. So I did plan on streaming. So I plan on streaming today, tomorrow, and Thursday, 3 days in a row, because I can't stream Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So what I might do is we might watch this tomorrow in full, but we could kind of watch bits of it now. Just because it is very different. And also, some people may not have been interested in the Y2K stuff, but they would be interested in this, so this gives them a chance to watch it tomorrow. So we'll watch a little clip, a few clips here. Let's see. I never watched the full thing, but I watched someone who like took clips of it. And it's genuinely, like, wild. Let me see. Can I... How big would... There's a fly in here, and it is bothering me a lot. Let's see, how long will that take to get? Genuinely, it's... Ugh, I wish I could find the edit that someone made where they took the hour plus, like, thing. Oh, there it is. It's 11 minutes. Okay, we'll watch this. So the whole event was... It was an hour and 40-minute long live stream. So this was all live. I think it was streamed to YouTube. But this is what we'll watch tomorrow, I guess. Tomorrow I was gonna play the GameCube game Enter the Matrix, but I kind of want to see this. I guess you'll have to see tomorrow what I decide to do. But here is the Matthew McConaughey live event, The Art of Living. This is an 11-minute. This is an 11-minute version of something that is... I don't even know how to describe this thing. It's something. I wonder if they fixed that in the fully
store
archived
for you
version.
today, and we are so excited.
Now, don't worry, McConaughey.
When was this? Hold on a second. I'm gonna check. This was... I think this was a year ago. I think it was a year ago. This was either 2023, I think.
He'll be on in just a few minutes. I just want to jump in. Hey, I'm trying to focus over here. Can we, like I'm trying to do an opening here.
Just giving you a little background.
All right.
We travel everywhere. I love this stuff.
Mr. McConaughey.
What the fuck is this? Look at the fireworks! What the hell? I can't believe this is not a joke. Oh!
What am I doing here? What are you doing here? What the hell are we doing here? You're actually here to transform. Amen to that. And thank you for giving me that call today. Thank you for being willing to learn. We all know it's a whole hell of a lot easier not to. In this life, that sometimes we feel like we're not living at all.
This is real. This is fully real.
Is this just how it's got to be? Every single fad that the world tells us we should chase, they just have us going in circles, revolving, getting dizzy. And you know what I'm sorry, no one's come to save us.
Oh my God. What?
No, that genie in a bottle is still just a genie. Jackpot. And those goals and dreams that we have ain't gonna reach themselves on their own. Alone, I went to my favorite office. Yes, I took a road trip.
Oh.
The art, that's the music. Is what we're going to do today. No. Amen? Now, our goal, the way to close that gap, follow the science. I just rhymed again. Guilty. I do that all the time. Can't help myself.
Oh.
Got that.
What?
All right. And stuff that I've already learned, where maybe you're coming up short, where maybe you need to improve
I'm so uncomfortable
aim.
watching him. Oh yeah, and he plays a lot of he does a lot of the let's skip.
We run to our echo chambers, we huddle up, we get tribal, we start saying, me and my tribe. Guilty. I know, I said no judging. My bogey couldn't help myself.
Guilty.
Yeah. I step in a pile of shit. I keep running while I'm cleaning that shit off my shoe on the go. All right? A repeat offender. See what I mean? I'll step in the same pile of shit, but I don't do that. Keep running. Clean this shit off.
I wonder how bad this is to watch the full version, because this is only 4 minutes of the hour and 40-minute stream.
Procrastination.
No, stop with the music. I don't know if that's copyright or not, probably.
We look around. We all been there.
I don't know if I could do an hour and 40 minutes of this, though. I'm like questioning.
Yourself?
I am questioning myself.
Guilty.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't do overwhelm. I don't touch this stuff.
The keto and dark chocolate are good for me. I start to feel unworthy. Right? He leaned slightly towards me. He whispered, "Me too." Thank you. Me too. No. Don't.
That's how I feel watching
The
this.
unknown. Uh-oh. That son of a bitch starts growing. It proceeds. Admit it. Admit it. Oh.
The unknown.
Oh.
Oh, shit. That's a fun one, right? Alcohol.
What? This fucking music, dude.
Congratulations to us, and give Grace her time of day. Whatever that something is. Gratitude.
Oh.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. It was a wet dream. No shit. And it wasn't the first time that I'd had this dream. Yes, 5%. And it's in our kitchen, and before we know it, we are stepping over shit just to get in bed. Yeah, we're running out of real estate. And soon enough, oh shit, there's shit on the pillow. So we flip the pillow over. Oh shit, there's shit on the other side of the pillow. Yeah.
What robs your confidence? Anything at this phase of your life?
This is filterless. Wouldn't that be cool? And ultimately,
this should be $1,000 course, and it's not. I'm just going to be.
Oh yeah, I
transparent with you, it's
forgot
not.
that
That's
they're
an amazing
selling this
package.
shit.
And here's what you get.
It's a crazy grift, dude. It's an insane grift.
My mom's hearing that one. She's digging that one. Hey, Mom, Mac. They can't hear you now, Tony. Hang on.
Okay, can you hear me now?
I do. Good thing we got a laugh track coming out of the old studio here. I want to ask you a couple questions.
Okay, cool.
All right. You said, man, this bastard's crazier than me. Why do you think I'm crazy?
Well, it's good crazy, not bad crazy.
Why does he sound like he's like talking from the dead side in Shadow Man?
That's enough. I'm going to bang on some skins and try to stay crazy. Just a second.
Okay.
Ain't no cops coming if you bang 'em. Ain't no cops coming if you do. Ain't no cops coming if you bang 'em. Just make sure you ain't wearing your birthday suit. That is how I got arrested. There was nothing wrong with what I was doing. I was banging on my drums, 3 in the morning in my birthday suit.
What is that? Oh my god, that emoji! What was that emoji? Was that part of the chat? I love that fucking face! Yo, I need that in my Twitch chat. I literally want to fucking take that so people can bigify that and do that in my chat. That's awesome. I'm saving the picture right now.
Watch the Kool-Aid.
There you go. There's the big one.
That's great.
Oh, we got a hype train for the art of living. We got a hype train for Matthew McConaughey.
Big fan of nerds.
Hope that's a real person. It's a fucking avatar. It's literally not real. It's literally, that's like saying that someone's fucking me is a real person.
That's pretty damn selfish of you. Congratulations. We have to get more self-involved, not less. Who the hell else are you supposed to be full of? That was damn selfish of you.
Yo, thank you, it's me for the 5 gift subs. That was damn selfish of me. I think a big reason why this is super uncomfortable is because he's making like completely unbroken eye contact and he's barely blinking. On top of all the other shit that's like clearly just pure, just trying to rinse people out of money, $1,000 to help you live your life better, and it's this. The edit also really contributes. I don't know if I'd be able to sit through an hour and a half of this tomorrow. I might get something as a backup in case we just can't endure, because this was 11 minutes long. The actual thing is an hour and 40 minutes long. So yeah, we'll have a backup, but he randomly did this like last year, and I remember being like, what is this? And I watched this edit and I was like, I feel like this has to be fake, but no, it's real. Like, he's just like this. Like, I think he expressed interest in running for president.
Amen. Good night. Just keep living.
All right, everyone. It has been a beautiful and incredible day.
Look at him in the background. It's so funny.
This incredible event possible, joining us here on stage. And we want to finish by saying thank you so much.
Watch the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, there's some. I really want to see the whole thing. I think we should do that tomorrow.
Mr. McConaughey, please don't hurt me.
I think we should watch this tomorrow. I think my favorite part is when he gets really close and he goes, "Me too." Where is it? That is where I was like literally like physically distancing myself from the screen.
Found. He leaned slightly towards me. He whispered, "Me too." Thank you. Me too.
PS6 graphics, that's a great message. The power of the PlayStation 6. Me too. Oh, holy shit. Oh my god. Oh, holy fuck. Oh my god. Oh. That's like when I go out and I go out with friends at a restaurant that I really love the food of that restaurant, and then I finish all my food and the portions aren't very big and my friend doesn't want to finish their food. I look at them exactly like this. I'm like, are you gonna have those last 2 pieces of like beef? Are you gonna finish that steak? Can I have some of your steak? It's really expensive and I want to eat it because my shit was also expensive and I'm not full. What's he gonna say? Predictions in chat. What do you think is gonna come out of his mouth when I press play? PP. P2. PS6. PlayStation 6 out now. Ah, and the hand sounds, it's so crusty. It sounds like when I used a lav mic for the fucking when someone appeared on stream called what was his name, Snake Boy, and he didn't know how to set up the lav mic properly, so you could literally hear his throat gulp as he was drinking water. The fucking expression changes are insane. I feel like he wants to kill me, but now he's really happy. You could go to any point of this video and it's like, it's a hell of an expression.
Scorpy, please look up what he got arrested for in 1999.
He said, wasn't he? He was playing with bongos, right? And he was naked and he got arrested. He probably had weed. Matthew McConaughey. Where is it? Where is this thing? Where is it? It doesn't say when. It's not on his Wikipedia. Damn, that's crazy. He's like full on motivational speaker now. His like picture is of him with like a motivational speaker, like head, like microphone. It doesn't say that he got arrested on Wikipedia. This part is crazy with the fireworks. Also, this was last year. This wasn't during COVID. This wasn't during 2020. The Zoom wall was a conscious choice. I think because it's an online class, they sold the online classes, and this was probably part of the package. Was like a exclusive live stream with Matthew McConaughey. But they were saying that it's like $1,000 package for like an online class on how to improve your life.
Chase.
Which is like the ultimate fucking grift. Ultimate grift. No one. I don't know the truth. I don't know the truth. I don't know how to fix your life. I don't know what a good life is, but I'm pretty sure if someone tells you that they know how to fix your life, and they probably don't know how to fix your life.
And those goals and dreams that we have ain't gonna reach themselves on their own. Alone, I went to my favorite office. Yes, we run to our...
I love how he keeps going, guilty, and then he bites his thumb. Guilty. Guilty.
Echo chambers, we huddle up, getting that shit off my keep running. White lie. Yourself? Guilty.
What?
Chocolate are good.
All right, one more time,
Slightly.
before we end this stream. Enjoy.
He whispered.
What'd he whisper? Say it together. No, no, I don't want to do it, dude. This is not a moment. This is not appropriate.
Me too.
I need to do this. Imagine if you're like going for a walk with your friend and your friend's like, damn, I'm actually kind of hungry. Did you have lunch? And I'm like, no, I didn't really have lunch. They're like, do you want to grab food? I'm like, I'm pretty hungry. I could go for some like pizza, and then I'll say this.
He leaned slightly.
Minus this. I'll say this.
He whispered. Me too. Thank you. Me too.
Oh! I can't get over his movement here. It's insane. I can't get over how he fucking moves. Obviously, he's an actor. He knows everything about like how to move on a stage and stuff. But this is it's fucking crazy. New stream ending? Honestly, yeah. I need to take this. That would be a great stream ending if it's just this. This is the new stream ending. Good night. There we go. There we go. All right, that was the stream for tonight. We watched. We learned how to survive Y2K. We learned we got a little preview of the art of living. Yeah, I'm streaming tomorrow again and Thursday, hopefully, if I have the energy, but definitely tomorrow. where I guess we're going to try and get through an hour and 40 minutes of this thing. See what's happening over here. Oh yeah, I was gonna play Enter the Matrix on GameCube tomorrow, but there's something I've been wanting to watch this, so we're gonna have to really endure. We're gonna have to do some endurance training. I think we have done that, you know, for a while. So I think we'll be okay to watch a full hour. I always have the power to skip around too, so we'll do that, and then I'll find some sort of backup in case it becomes insufferable. But I think tomorrow's going to be tomorrow will be a trek. Tomorrow will be a journey. I think it'll be a good time. Kingdom Hearts? No, because if I play Kingdom Hearts, then I want to give people time, like Wayne and Trog and all of them who are there. I want to give them time to be able to say, yes, I can appear, or no, I can't appear. So that'll be more dedicated to, you know, that's a dedicated stream, its own stream. I think I might do that Thursday. But yeah, tomorrow. Tune in tomorrow for another stream. The Art of Living. We're going to learn how to live with Matthew McConaughey. I'll see y'all. I'll see y'all on the next stream tomorrow. In the meantime,
this stream is dedicated to the brave Mujahideen fighters of Afghanistan. Never stop gaming! Or Poargu will pay you a visit.
God bless SOCPENS.
There is a darkness in this chat tonight. SOCPENS chat, rise up.
That's a great question, isn't it? Big fan of nerds. That's pretty damn keep. Amen and good night. Just keep living.
This stream is dedicated to the brave Mujahideen fighters. This stream is dedicated to the brave Mujahideen fighters. This stream is dedicated to the brave. This stream is dedicated to the brave. This stream is dedicated to the brave.
This was a SOCPENS production.
Hard to believe, John. What's that, sir? Well, I hate to admit it, but the truth is I think we're getting soft. Maybe just a little, sir. Just a little.
Anyway, we better get to class.
Yeah.
Hi, guys. And wow.